Hey everybody, what's up? It's Serenity. I want to welcome you guys to my podcast, The Peace Speaker, where I bring hope and peace and understanding to try to help people find a little bit of their own peace, a little bit of their own heaven. First off, I want to start today by saying you're amazing. Amazing! I'm so blessed to have you here with me to listen. You may not understand it or see how you could be amazing and why I would say that, but you blessed me. You're here. You're listening to what I have to say. And whether you know it or not, it's a blessing. I'm going to say it 100 times, a blessing to me. You're amazing. Absolutely amazing and loving and caring. You're here for me. And I'm here for you. That's what I'm doing this for, in hopes that a little bit of my peace can be shared with the world. Because it was not an easy process for me to find my peace. It's actually been a quite difficult process, but it's a process that I am incredibly thankful for. And I'm hoping that I can share it with you and maybe allow you to find a little bit of that too. I'm going to do a little recap from my first episode. I know it was just yesterday, and it's pointless to say, but did you guys do your I am affirmations? Did you write something down? Did you start? If you're in a depressed state or a struggle, start somewhere. Write something. Create a poster. If you guys have problems with it, get with me. I can probably try to make some time to make something for you. I mean, if you really want one that bad, I'm pretty sure I could figure something out to help. I don't ever mind helping. Today I want to talk about love. Yes, it's love. It's a broad term. Now, I'm talking about love as the key. The reason why I say it is the key. Love breaks strongholds, walls, knocks down a lot of things. That's why God is love, and that's why God has the ability to break down your walls and show up when He does. We do a lot of things in our lives that we feel guilty about. We sin, and we feel guilty, and it really kind of eats us inside, and we actually change who we are by the mere fact of being guilty. We act differently. We do things that not only does it cause us to be guilty, but we are fearful of losing something, like when we get trapped in something that we did, we knew we weren't supposed to do. We know that we were going to get in trouble, and now we've locked in a fear of something's going to happen, or I'm going to lose this, or the funny thing is it's kind of an irrational fear. Yes, you shouldn't have done what you did. However, it's not the end of the world. We all make mistakes. We're human. Human. I've had my fair share of mistakes and doing things that my guilt should have buried me. I was not always this person. Not this confident, I can come in here and tell you guys, okay, No. I did things that I'm not proud of. That for a while I was ashamed of, but now I kind of understand why I did them, so it's a little bit different now. I don't hold myself to my past anymore because I understand that I wasn't myself in my past. This is who I am. We all have a past. We all have problems and things that we do and guilty pleasures and battles with our flesh. I'm going to do an episode, guys, where I'm going to teach you about the ego and the spirit, or the flesh and the Holy Spirit, is however you tend to look at it. So that way I can give you a little bit of a better understanding of who your opponent is, who you're fighting in life. But that's for another episode. That's not for today. Today is about love. And the reason why I say it is about love is because think back in your past, something you did, you got in trouble for, or a struggle that you went through that you survived. And now, when you're around people who are going through the same situation, you can catch on it, you can pick up on it. They may not talk about it because when you're in a struggle and you're doing stuff you're not supposed to, you're not yourself. You're not going to tell people. You don't just freely come out and say, hey, I have a problem, because, well, you just can't do that. It's just, guilt and fear hold you so deep down inside you can't admit where you're at. But when you've been through something and you see other people go through it, you understand it. Now, there are a lot of people out there that will tend to condemn people, like, you're stupid, you shouldn't be doing that, da-da-da-da-da. The thing is you have to change your perspective. When you were doing what you were doing in the past, you weren't you. You know what you were going through, and really at the time, all you probably wanted was for one person just to understand what you're going through. Like, I wanted to rip my hair out sometimes because I felt like there was nobody out there that was understanding what I'm going through. Even today, there's what I'm going through. I literally feel like nobody can understand me. But slowly I'm starting to understand that what I'm going through is actually quite normal. I'm doing pretty good too. Not the perfect person, but I'm doing pretty good. When someone is going through a tough situation and they lash out, they tend to lash out because that's what they feel in. You reflect out what you feel in. You know, because there's times where you feel guilty and angry, and someone you truly love who you would never hurt in the world might have said something wrong, and all of a sudden you blow up. All of a sudden you're not you. So when you see people who blow up, you have to understand and love them, because in the end, love is going to be the one thing that's going to keep them in your lives. Because when you love them through what they're going through, those are the people that are going to come back, and they're going to have your back when you need it. I'm amazed at where we are in this world. And it kind of chokes me up sometimes because I see so many people judging other people. You guys have no right to judge. You've been through things like that. You know that people don't act up because they just act up. It's because of what they're going through. We need to change our perspective on things. A lot of the times we see things one-sided. We don't see what they're going through, only what they make us feel like we're going through. No, I don't know if I said that right, but what they make us feel. I want to give you an example. One thing I've learned over a long period of time is we are not who we are our circumstance. And I know I've said this before, and yes, I'm going to repeat it, because only until recently did I kind of start seeing this. And I don't know why, but I have a bigger perspective of the picture. I see things differently. An example, bullying. Bullying in schools, where you have kids bullying other kids. We see it as they're just mean kids, and, we kind of tend to point the finger and judge them and, scorn them for being bullies. But the reason why people are bullies is because they themselves are being bullied in some way, or they're not getting love from their parents, or they're missing something. And that's why they turn into bullies, because they reflect out what they feel inside. We all tend to do that at one time or another. I know I have. I know I've been in bad moods and situations, and regrettably have blown up on my kids. I'm going to admit this because it happens. We don't mean to do it. That's why I've learned to love people for who they are, because I don't feel sorry for them, but I feel that if I love them, then maybe they'll find the love inside that they need to move on. Love is actually the one thing that caused me to move forward. It really has. Once I learned to love who I was, even for what I've gone through, it kind of opened up my eyes to loving other people for who they are. I mean, I know that I'm not the person that I used to be, so I can never judge somebody for who they are, because that's not who they're going to be. So I can't judge them. What I can do is, do the best I can to see that they move forward in that, and that they find the love and peace that they need. The only way I can do that is to show them love and be loved for them, because sometimes we just need someone to be loved for us. We all fall. Sometimes we kind of need that person in our life that has fallen too and survived. I know back when I was going through the tough times that I had an addiction problem for 8 years. Not my proudest moments in life, but when you get stuck in addiction, you're trapped. I mean, if I could draw out pictures and allow you to feel the pain of what an addiction feels like, you would understand. But if you have never been through an addiction or a problem like that, you don't understand. You have to kind of open your eyes, though, and look at things differently. When you're addicted to something or in that type of situation, medication or whatever the drug is, it works on your brain. So when you have it, you feel good. When you don't have it, you feel terrible. Like you literally, life sucks. And it's not even just a mental thing too. It's a physical pain. Your body is in so much pain, and in pain that you can't sit still, and the only thing you can do is take more drugs to stop it. So if you have a lot of people out there says, you'll quit doing that if you love me. No, it has nothing to do with love. And if you say that about somebody, you have no clue what love is. It's not about that. Addiction is terrible. I don't like pharmacies and pharmaceutical companies who make the pills that they do, because they always come with a side effect. You start off with one, and years later you're to 20 because you're taking something for another side effect, and there's something for another side effect, and your body becomes addicted to it. And without it, it's sheer agony. I would never, on my worst enemy, wish withdrawal and a drug addiction. That's hell. That is absolute hell. Now, it's not to say that you shouldn't be stern with people like that, but you also shouldn't condemn them and tell them, look, no matter what, I'm always going to be here for you. And show them love, because right at that moment in time when you're addicted to something, you have no love for yourself. All you have is guilt, you have pain, you have fear of losing everything you have over something you can't even control. You lose control of everything, and everything you love starts to move away, and you feel pain and agony inside. Find people that have been through the struggles that you're going through and have them around you, because they tend to understand a little bit better. And if you've been through something yourself and you see somebody going through it, help them. You survived it, obviously, somehow. Sometimes we need to have those people in our lives to be the foundation to help us. Just so we can have someone who understands what we're going through, because in a time like that, that's what we need. We need understanding. We don't need judgment. We don't need someone telling us what we should do or what we shouldn't do, or why are you doing it, why you're not. No, we need that one person there that says, look, I know what you're going through and you're screwing up. It's flat out, but I love you. We need that. I'm not going to go to a psychiatrist who has not been through what I've been through, because you have no right to tell me, because you don't understand. And I always tell people to widen their perspectives. Do their homework, their study. Don't ever judge somebody based on the thing that you see, because usually 9 times out of 10 what you see is not true. What you see is a facade, and you jumping to that conclusion actually causes it to stay the way it is. You break the cycle through love. That's why love is the key, because when you love through everything, love is what causes people to get the strength that they need to move on. I've lashed out. You've lashed out. And I've lashed out to people I love. And I'm pretty sure I know you have too. And sometimes we need a person who understands that and who loves us for that. And that's why I follow God, and that's why God gives me the strength that I need, because He loves me unconditionally, no matter what. And I completely understand why God loves everybody the way that they do, and they all have a place here. Everybody does. And it's through God that I have my strength to be who I am, because He loves me no matter what I do. And if He loves me no matter what I do, then I can love me no matter what I do. And then I can love everybody else no matter what they do, because I understand. And through that is where I find my peace. If you know somebody who's going through something you've been through, be there for them. Give them love. Show them that it's okay. Let them know that they're not alone, because you don't understand. People like that are so alone in their mind, even though they might have 100 people around them. Some of the most famous actors and actresses out there right now are so incredibly lonely. No matter how much money is in their bank account, no matter how many people are around them, they're lonely, because they're going through something that those people around them don't understand. And I don't think they could. You look at a celebrity and you hold them on a pedestal when they're really not on a pedestal at all. In fact, they're just like me and you. And putting them on that pedestal holds them to a level they may not be able to tolerate. That they literally, a lot of people, a lot of actors and actresses get really depressed because they're no longer to the standard of what people want, and therefore they're no longer good enough, and it eats away at them. That's why you get so many celebrities that kill themselves and turn to drugs, is because they're no longer as good as they used to be. So therefore that defines them as who they are, and that's not it. Any actor or actress out there, if you ever listen to this, I understand. I understand what you go through. It's okay. You don't have to be everybody else's standard. You only have to be your standard and God's standard. You're perfect. Regardless of what you've been through, the struggles that you're going through, and who you are a survivor. Life is teaching you how to fight on the fall down. If you don't believe me, think back to a time of great pain or great struggle in your life. Think back when you screwed up. Now tell me, did you not gain something from that? Did you not come out stronger? Can you look at those people and be like, that's nothing. You should have seen what I survived. And guess what? You're a survivor. You're stronger. You've grown from that. This has been such a great podcast. I don't know if it has for you, but it really has for me. It's like I was telling you guys before, it's like therapy to me. If you ever feel you really want to start helping yourself, then go find someone to talk to and tell them what you're going through. You'll be surprised that when you start to hear yourself and you start to admit to yourself a lot of your problems out loud, you tend to see things differently. It's sad we don't admit to ourselves what we're going through. It's the hardest thing to do. I can't wait to talk to you guys more about that. I'm going to do a whole entire show on your ego. It's a good one for you guys. Be that person's angel. Go be someone's angel. Go hug somebody. If you're sitting next to somebody right now, just look at them and hug them. Tell them I love you. No matter who you are, what you've done, or how much of a jerk you can be. I love you. Go find someone in need. Go help the homeless. Yeah, I don't like helping the homeless a lot because nowadays there are a lot of people that just actually sit out there and make more money than I do by acting and pretending, which is sad. It's okay. I understand. There are truly people out there that have lost the will to live and don't love themselves enough. Well, maybe you showing them that little bit of love might be what they need to move forward, and what might spark the flame in them to get them moving out of where they are. It has been wonderful, guys, tonight, but I am tired. I swear, I feel like I work nonstop, and work. It's pretty much all I ever do is work. But I found something that I'm passionate about, and I want to be able to share it with the world. I want to be able to give you guys the strength that God has given me. Love is the key to who you want to be, and it's time for you to move. This has been Serenity, your peace speaker.